tonight on Elon Local News.
North Carolina's newest law had this Greensboro church holding a different kind of service this Sunday.
It's the Tar Heels against the Wildcats. March Madness ends tonight, and we'll preview the game for you live from UNC Chapel Hill.
I'd fallen about 2 or 3 times. That was just really scary. And
I spoke with one student about her experiences navigating a college campus.
All that and more.
Elon Local News starts right now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Rajat Agarwal.
And I'm Jackie Pascal. We begin tonight with our continuing coverage with reactions to the House Bill 2, a new bill passed on March 24th, which, among other things, prevents cities from passing some of their own anti-discrimination rules. Since the passing of this bill, the state has been discussing whether or not it takes away rights from those in the LGBTQIA community. 30 minutes down the road from Elon, our Michelle Alfini spoke with some local opponents to North Carolina's newest law.
The pews of College Park Baptist Church in Greensboro were packed, but on this Sunday, they were singing a different tune. Opponents rallied against controversial House Bill 2, which some called the bathroom bill. HB2 repealed the Charlotte ordinance that protected transgendered people who use the bathrooms they feel match their gender identity. One member of the North Carolina transgender community, Callie Schmid, says there's now a target on her back.
We've been using bathrooms that are appropriate with our gender identity for years, and honestly, nobody cares. We do our thing, we get out, and we're done. But now, due to this heightened, attention to the problem and the emboldenedness of, the haters, we're very much concerned.
An estimated 900 concerned people gathered in the church to hear from Schmid and other speakers to learn more about the bill. Though speaking out is something Schmid said she never thought she would do.
I'm so far out of my comfort zone, it's unbelievable. I really don't want to come out to people on television, but you know what? If I have to save our community, then this is what I have to do.
And among the many groups that came out to oppose the bill, there were a few familiar faces.
Elon University.
After the bill became law, Elon released a statement assuring students the law doesn't affect anti-discrimination rules on campus. Despite their efforts, some students feel like Elon hasn't done enough to speak out against the bill.
It's good that we want to protect our students and that we let our students know that we fully support them and we fully accept them, and that's what the statement did. But it didn't actually do anything to fight against HB2.
A fight that continues to keep North Carolina on the national stage. Michelle Alfini, Elon Local News.
Spectrum, Elon's Queer Straight Alliance, is planning another event for students to speak out against HB2. On Tuesday, there will be a carpool to Raleigh City Council meeting where there will be a pee-in or sit-in the restroom that does not match the protesters' biological sex.
Voters in Wisconsin are preparing for the Republican and Democratic primaries tomorrow, and it looks like it's going to be close across the board. This contest comes after former presidential candidate and governor of Wisconsin, Scott Walker, endorsed Ted Cruz. Donald Trump's issue with women voters continued after comments made last week concerning abortion. On the Democratic side, after racking up big wins in the West, Democratic presidential candidate Bernie Sanders hopes to keep that momentum continuing tomorrow as he tries to catch up to frontrunner Hillary Clinton. Both candidates are already looking forward towards the New York primary on April 19th, as Sanders was born in Brooklyn and Clinton was a New York senator. Now let's take a look at the current delegate count. For the Republican Party, Donald Trump leads with 739 delegates, according to CNN. Ted Cruz is in second with 466, and John Kasich last with 145. For the Democratic Party, Hillary Clinton leads with 1,742 delegates. Bernie Sanders is not far behind with 1,051 delegates. On the primary map, some important upcoming contests include Wisconsin tomorrow, New York on April 19th, and Pennsylvania on April 26th.
Assistant Professor of Political Science, Dr. Jason Husser, joins us to talk about how primaries affect us here at Elon. Dr. Husser, thank you so much for joining us.
Great to be here.
Yeah, thank you so much. All right, so our first question for you, why should college students care about tomorrow, the Wisconsin primary?
If you're not from Wisconsin, you might think, why should I really care about Wisconsin? Wisconsin is not really any more important than any other primary, but we are reaching a point in the primaries where something is going to happen and fairly significant. Much of that has to do with delegate counts. Donald Trump is increasingly seeming like he could reach that threshold of the majority of delegates so that we would not have a contested convention. If Trump stumbles in Wisconsin and then he doesn't do as well in New York, upcoming is what people think, you could see a case where Kasich, Cruz, and Trump battle it out on votes on the convention floor. At the same time, on the Democratic side, we're seeing is that essentially Sanders is just trying to stay in the race. Clinton is so far ahead at this point that there will be a point where it becomes likely mathematically impossible for him to catch up. But the longer he's in the race, the longer he holds on to the hope that he could somehow get the nomination, and the longer he keeps his agenda on the ballot.
And Dr. Husser, throughout the debates and campaigning, it seems that the candidates are really attacking the college demographic. Is there any candidate on either party that you think has really emerged as the front runner to get that demographic?
Bernie Sanders is doing great among college students across the entire country. There was one number I saw that it was based on an estimate, but the estimate suggested that he had gotten more votes among college-age folks than Trump and Clinton combined. So Sanders is clearing the field, at least among college students, but college students make up a pretty small portion of the total population.
Yeah, Dr. Husser, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Follow us at Elon Local News for all your election coverage.
And when thinking about study abroad, new cultures, food, and languages may come to mind. But as our Meredith Stetz reports, for more than 150 students currently abroad and the hundreds to follow, a new somber reality is becoming part of the study abroad conversation.
I came to Elon because of the study abroad program.
Junior Ryan Finn is currently studying abroad with Elon's dual degree program. 2 years are spent stateside and 2 years spent learning and interning in Germany.
When I found out about the dual degree program on my tour of Elon, that's when I decided to go.
But while he's experiencing a new culture, it hasn't all been what he expected.
I was sitting in my dorm room back at school when 3 or 4 separate sites in Paris got attacked. I was at work, had just walked into the building when one of our big screens flashed that there was a bombing at the airport in Brussels.
These tragedies, he says, brings a new reality.
It's pretty sad at this point that this is the new normal.
But back home, Elon's Dean of Global Education, Woody Pelton, says he isn't backing down from the threat of terrorism.
We just try to make sure that we are taking responsible steps to ensure, to the extent we can, the safety of all our students. That's our priority.
Sophomore Selena Barone is preparing for the next chapter in her Elon career.
I'm applying to study abroad in Prague next spring.
Like Finn, she says she shares his sense of normalcy.
You have to just be more aware of it if you're going to a place where things have happened recently, but I don't think that it should stop you from traveling.
Pelton agrees, saying there's more at stake by staying home.
We shouldn't stop traveling because there are isolated incidences of terrorism around the world. If everyone were to just stop traveling, in a sense, we would be giving up and giving in to the terrorists, in my opinion.
Barone says she isn't giving up or letting fear get the best of her.
I think that I'm a pretty, street smart kind of person, so I think that I'll be okay, hopefully.
But for now,
Go big or go home, I guess.
Meredith Stetz, Elon Local News.
Pelton says more than 500 students studied abroad in the fall.
Coming up, how one Elon student navigates campus in a different way.
And how to live and healthy live even with the stress of college.
Back to Elon Local News. Jackie, it was cold the last few days and windy. Now it's warm and windy.
Yeah, and this wind and the warmth are actually bringing out my allergies, so I'm not super happy about it, but I do really enjoy the warmth. And the wind actually brought our Alex Simon inside the studio with us to tell us the rest of the weather this week. Alex and I looking forward to some pollen and some warmth. What's going on?
Thanks, Jackie and Rajat. And yes, it was a beautiful start to the week with temperatures reaching well into the 70s. But you're right, there is a lot of pollen in the air right now, and the rest of the week won't be as warm as it was today. Now let's take a look at our Phoenix 5-day forecast, where you'll see it'll get cold most nights with lows in the 30s and 40s throughout most of the week, and varying temperatures during the day. Tomorrow should be a little cooler than today with highs in the upper 50s. Now it is supposed to rain on Thursday morning, but otherwise there is nothing but sunshine for the rest of the week, with highs in the 50s and 60s. Enjoy it while you can, though, as signs show early that there's going to be rain all next week. I'm Alex Simon. Jackie and Rajat, back to you.
Thanks, Alex. And now the construction workers had some nice weather today as they started tearing down the wall separating the School of Communications and downtown Elon, and it began its demolition this morning. Construction workers have been deconstructing it brick by brick all day. And the wall has been up since 1925.
Now all this warm weather is reminding me that the school year is almost over, and soon I'll have to pack up my stuff and leave Elon. But that packing up just got a little easier because College Truckers has come to Elon. Freshman and co-owner Carson Fozzie was recruited by Washington University's students representing College Truckers to start a branch right here at Elon. College Truckers student employees pick up your belongings at the end of the year and store them in boxes in a storage facility in Graham, North Carolina. Fozzie says that the company prides itself on customer service.
We're dedicated to really making sure that that experience is seamless and really good. So I think we're like just a very easy company to work with, and I think that people will be able to attest to that after our first year.
It's $15 for one large storage box on a monthly basis. Compared to other options, U-Haul charges to rent vehicles from $200 to $500. To move and store your belongings in Cube Smart Self-Storage in Burlington, it costs anywhere from $13 to $27 per month, depending on the size of the storage unit.
Pack your belongings in the boxes, and we take care of everything else, which is a little different than a lot of other storage companies that cater to college students.
For more information on prices or how to hire college truckers, go to collegetruckers.com.
While companies like College Truckers will be moving boxes this summer, construction workers will be moving bricks. But new construction brings concern for physically disabled students and how accessible these buildings will be. I spoke with one student who's dealt with accessibility issues increasingly each year.
Elon senior Allison Avery was diagnosed with Friedreich's ataxia, a progressive muscle condition, when she was 18, but her symptoms have gotten worse throughout college.
So freshman year, I had no aids, was walking on my own. Sophomore and junior year, I used a walker. And then at the end of junior year and senior year, I've been using a wheelchair.
Having handicap accessible housing has been a major concern.
It was not an accessible apartment. I had a bathtub. I had fallen about 2 or 3 times. That was just really scary, and if I ever injured myself, that would just push me back even further. And finally, after a few months, they had worked with me to make it a walk-in shower.
Along with slanted pathways, Avery has run into problems with handicap parking.
A lot of people park there to run in and get something. They don't understand that in those 10 seconds that they're there, picking someone up, there could be someone waiting for that spot that really needs it.
Disability Services Director Susan Wise says their office works to address issues of access to the buildings, curriculum, and services, but acknowledges there's never a 100% accessible campus. According to Disability Services, the majority of buildings meet the federal accessibility requirements, but the door openers and elevators disabled students use are not required for the building to be considered accessible.
It's a little difficult because my needs are not necessarily everyone's needs.
According to the Disability Services Guidebook, all new construction at Elon is, quote, to be designed and constructed in such a manner that the facility or part of the facility is readily accessible.
More than 13% of Elon's undergraduate population are registered with disability services, and a handful of these students have issues with the physical accessibility of campus. For more information on accessibility on campus, go to our website, elonlocalnews.com.
After the success of Take a Student to Lunch program, the university is starting a new program titled the Sideswipe program. From today until the end of the school year, any undergraduate student can take a faculty or staff member to a free lunch at any on-campus dining hall. You can do this twice even if you don't have a meal plan, and the lunch is free to both the student and the faculty. This is a pilot program only and is not guaranteed to continue into the future.
Coming up, we'll preview the UNC Villanova game live from Chapel Hill.
You haven't heard back from summer internships yet? Don't stress. I'll give you tips on how to professionally reach out to companies coming up.
Graduation is just 47 days away, but if you're not graduating next month like I am, you might be starting to worry if you haven't heard back about the internship yet. Our Kaylee Tracy is in the studio with advice about nailing down a spot at your dream company.
Thanks, Rajat. First, keep communication professional. It sounds simple, but don't overstep your boundaries. Reintroduce yourself, tell the company you're checking the status of your application and are still very interested in the internship that you're looking forward to hearing back from them as well. And don't ask for an internship, but instead ask about their hiring timeline. Next, don't be too aggressive in contacting companies. Give them at least 2 weeks after the deadline to reach out. Your application isn't the only thing on their plate. Associate Director of Career Services Brooke Buffington encourages students to follow up no more than twice to avoid seeming over-anxious.
Don't over inundate them with emails and with calls. That's going to possibly turn them off. You want to do it, give them at least 2 weeks to respond. It seems like a long time in your world, but it possibly isn't a very long time in theirs.
Next, use your resources. Internship and career advisors are available in KOBC, McEwen School of Communications, and the Student Professional Development Center in Mosley to look at resumes and give advice. And finally, don't get discouraged. It's not too late to get an internship for this summer. Some companies don't get back until even after the semester ends. That's all the tips that I have for you. I'm Kaylee Tracy. Rajat and Jackie, back to you.
Kaylee, thanks for those great tips. For more information on internship help, contact the Student Professional Development Center at 336-278-6538. And if talk about internships is stressing you out, try to relax because this week is National Public Health Week, and the American Public Health Association is working to bring together communities with a goal to create a healthy nation. Our Cami Benke looked into how colleges students can live a healthier life.
According to a study at Northwestern University, 95% of students don't get the recommended daily nutrients and 60% don't get the suggested exercise. Director of Health Promotion and Student Concerns Outreach, Whitney Gregory, stressed the importance of public health on campus and said she wants Elon students to have every opportunity to be healthy.
Our goal is to make sure that students have every opportunity for the highest level of physical, mental, and social well-being.
One of the ways students can relieve stress is to get in a quick workout in between classes or when you get up in the morning. Whether it's at the gym or walking around campus, any form of exercise can relieve you from negative forms of stress, give you boosts of energy, and give you a release of endorphins that can have a naturally calming effect on your body. Another way to live a healthy lifestyle is to change up your diet.
Think of food as fuel, and also enjoy some fun food every now and then. And so just hitting that healthy balance of thinking of food in healthy ways and using it in ways that are healthy for each person particularly.
Promoting healthy living doesn't end after National Public Health Week. Kappa Delta sorority is hosting an event called Be You on April 16th. The event will include yoga, healthy food options, and other ways to promote a healthy lifestyle.
This event is really to bring that healthy lifestyle into the forefront of people's minds.
Tankasic acknowledged the struggles that students have in finding time to go to the gym or eat healthy with busy schedules, but recommends putting time aside each day to do exercise and take time for yourself. Cami Benke, Elon Local News.
For more information on small changes you can make to live a healthier life, check out our website, elonlocalnews.com.
And it's that time of year for Greek Life members to gather and show their pride. The annual Greek Week has officially begun and has a new meaning this year. This is the first year every day of Greek Week incorporates either service or philanthropy. This year's event includes a game night and book drive tomorrow in McKinnon at 6 p.m. The annual Greek Week dance is on Wednesday at 7 p.m. And there's a barbecue and food drive on Thursday in the Loy Center at 5 p.m. And Elon's 24-hour dance marathon is on Friday and Saturday in Alumni Gym. All money raised during the Greek Week dance will go towards Elon-thon. Elon Local News will be filming the Greek Week dances, and all dances will be on YouTube the following day. Be sure to follow us on social media at Elon Local News.
Book lovers around the world have been flooding social media with the hashtag #SaveTheCulture Book Exchange. In this digital age, many people read on tablet devices, but some want to keep the culture of reading physical books alive. This book exchange allows people to share literature with others in a pay-it-forward type of way. To join the movement, you can simply respond to a friend's Save the Culture social media post when you'll be given an address to send a random book. Once you have done that, you share the hashtag, and whoever responds is given the name and address of your friend. That person will then follow the same steps, so you're then added into the chain. The exchange depends on honesty and love for literature.
I'm Andrew Feather, and I'm at the Dean Dome at the University of North Carolina, where fans are getting ready for tonight's national championship game. I'll have more after the break.
It might be April, but March Madness is not over quite yet. On Saturday night, the Villanova Wildcats defeated the Oklahoma Sooners by one of the largest margin of victories in a Final Four of 95-51. Then UNC defeated the Syracuse Orange 83-66. And tonight, the Tar Heels and Wildcats will face off, and one will be named winner of March Madness. Live from UNC Chapel Hill with more on tonight's game is our Andrew Feather.
3, 2. Well, the madness ends tonight when the University of North Carolina and Villanova tip off in the NCAA Men's National Championship game. Though the game is in Houston, fans are lined up here at the Dean Dome more than 3 hours before tip for the watch party, where the game will be shown on the big screen inside. Pretty much everyone here is rocking their Carolina blue and hoping the Tar Heels bring home their 6th national championship, but Villanova will be tough to stop. The Wildcats beat Oklahoma by 44 points on Saturday in the Final Four, and they've won 10 of their last 11 games. If the Tar Heels can pull it off and send these fans here home happy, North Carolina coach Roy Williams will become just the 6th coach in NCAA history to win 3 national titles. From Chapel Hill, I'm Andrew Feather, Elon Local News.
Thanks so much, Andrew. Tip-off is at 9:19 Eastern Time tonight in Houston, Texas.
And from hoops to hugs, before we go today is National Hug a News Person Day. Our Elizabeth Bilka headed outside to see if people would participate in this special holiday.
You probably know that April 1st is April Fool's Day, but you might not know April 4th is National Hug a News Person Day. The name is a combination of different holidays all celebrated on April 4th, honoring people in news through hugs. The day really took off through social media, with local and national news networks participating in the fun. I wanted to give Elon students the opportunity to participate in this holiday.
Thank you.
Some people were a little confused.
Hi, Alex. Nice to meet you. Thank you for participating in this holiday. Hi, thank you.
Others did not even know the holiday existed, but were willing to participate.
Happy Hug a News Person Day to you. I think it's good to give love and hugs. You give me a hug?
Animals with 4 legs didn't even question it. Overall, it seems like people were happy to appreciate news people.
Did I make the media seem less scary? Yes.
Mission accomplished. Happy National Hug a News Person Day, Elon. Elizabeth Bilka, Elon Local News.
What a great holiday. I'm so happy she did that. That's all the news we have for you tonight.
For the latest and most up-to-date news, check out our website at elonlocalnews.com. And be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter at Elon Local News.
And from all of us here at ELN, have a great night, Elon.